He paid for a first-class seat, yet the airline staff told him to sit in the back. Dressed in a simple hoodie and jeans, Darius Cole didn't look like the typical first-class passenger. The flight attendants barely looked at his ticket before brushing him off. One even whispered, "Scammers always try this." What they didn't know was chilling. Darius wasn't just any passenger. He was a federal auditor, sent undercover to investigate claims of racial discrimination in airline services. By the time the plane landed, the flight crew's fate was sealed, and the airline's reputation was about to nosedive. Darius Cole had one of the country's most discreet, robust jobs, working as a civil rights compliance auditor for the Department of Transportation. His job? Investigate companies accused of systemic racial bias. When anonymous complaints poured in about this specific airline's treatment of black passengers, Darius took action. He booked a ticket under his real name, wearing casual clothes and no visible ID. He wanted the raw, unfiltered experience. In the comments, tell us where you're watching from. And remember to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. As he arrived at the gate, he was met with cold glances, no welcome smile, and no assistance. Despite presenting a valid first-class ticket, the gate agent raised her brow and said, "Sir, economy boarding is over there." "I'm in 2A, Darius replied calmly. "Sure you are," she scoffed, then loudly called over a supervisor. They scanned his ticket again, hesitated, then waved him through without apology. On board, it only got worse. The moment Darius reached his seat, the flight attendant narrowed her eyes. "This area is reserved for first-class passengers," she said curtly. "I know. That's my seat, 2A. She snatched the ticket from his hand, looked it over, and then muttered, "It must be a mistake." She left, returned a moment later, and, without eye contact, said, "You'll need to sit in the back until we sort this out." Passengers nearby watched, some smirking. No one intervened, but Darius didn't argue. He quietly pulled out a sleek black notebook, noted the time, her name tag, and the exact words she'd said. As the plane began boarding, other passengers, Darius remained calm, standing silently near the galley. That's when the pilot stepped out and asked what the issue was. "I was told to wait in the back," Darius said evenly. The pilot scanned his ticket and turned pale. "You're in the right seat. Go ahead, sir." The flight attendant looked stunned, but the worst was yet to come. Midway through the flight, Darius opened his laptop and began typing. He wasn't watching a movie. He was filing a preliminary federal compliance report with time-stamped notes, direct quotes, and staff names. When the plane landed, Darius didn't rush to deboard. Instead, he calmly handed the lead flight attendant his federal badge. "You've just been audited for Title VI civil rights compliance," he said. She stuttered, eyes wide. I didn't know." "That's the point," Darius said. "You treated me based on how I looked, not what I paid or who I am." The gate agent who mocked him earlier was called back. By then, airline supervisors had received an alert on their system. "Urgent. Compliance breach on Flight 227. Review immediately." Within days, the incident went viral. A leaked photo showed Darius calmly showing his badge while the flight crew stood frozen. The airline scrambled to respond, placing the involved employees on leave. But the damage was done. A full federal investigation was launched, and civil rights organizations demanded accountability. Darius, as always, gave no interviews. He wasn't seeking fame, only justice. He had done his job, exposed a bias many endure in silence. The airline released a public apology, which wasn't enough for many. For Darius, it wasn't about punishment. It was about change. The story became a lightning rod for conversation. Black professionals, travelers, and advocates shared similar stories online of being treated as less than, despite paying the same. Darius's calm, quiet dignity reminded the world that you never know who someone is or what power they carry. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't argue. He watched, recorded, and let the system do what it was built to do when it worked. Racism doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers through dismissive glances and quiet exclusion. And in one flight, Darius exposed it all, at 35,000 feet, and brought it crashing back to Earth. If you enjoyed this story and thought it was provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Take care.